Our international tournament turns over to the semifinal. Both of these teams one win away from the championship, and a one-game deciding game between these two teams. Winner go home scenario between Team Finland and the United States. Sit back and enjoy this one, and we are underway. Finland and the United States playing for the first time in this tournament. Gauthier off the side of the net, right to start things out. Lempinen gets there for Finland, and they will clear here on the first turn of the game. Parssinen cuts inside, knocked away by Swayman. Goes outside for Eli Tolvanen. Out to the point, Matinpalo. Tried to load it up. Keller with a good stick outside, and Matinpalo knocks him to the ground. Eli Tolvanen back behind the net. Floats out to Tage Thompson, who clears the zone. 1 minute in, one shot on goal for Finland. Keller takes it in back behind, tried to send it in, out in front, and Saros makes the stop. Just over a minute gone by, both teams with one shot on goal to start this game. Face-off control by Finland in their own end. Puistola drops it off for Salo, trying to get off a shot at the top of the slot, and he sends it all the way back. Saros back out. Sarijarvi. Bindle on the boards in neutral ice. Will Smith escapes the pack with it, bobbles on his way in, and Saros snags that one. 18-12 to go, just underway here between these two teams. Should be a fun one here today between Finland and the United States. The United States has dominated the competition all throughout this tournament, coming off of a win in the quarterfinal against Latvia. Here's a takeaway by Logan Cooley. Cooley cuts inside, tried to set up a shot, and it floats to the far corner. Reason in there for Finland, and the Finns take over in their own end. Oxinen centering pass, looking for a shot. Good cutoff on the inside. Ends up on the stick of Boyum, and the United States back the other way. Connor Garland tried to feed it in deep. Good stick out in front. And Finland gets it out of the zone. Penalty called here on the United States. Delayed penalty. Finland with an extra skater in. Pass comes all the way around. Sapala Pindle on the boards. Still no whistle as it floats in deep. Finland keeps it alive for a moment, and now it's touched. And an early power play coming here for Finland. It's a hold on Will Smith. What up, Tankinator? Team USA has not trailed in this tournament. Now they're going to have to kill off an early penalty here against the Finns. Team USA's penalty kill has been excellent in this tournament. Face-off controlled by the United States, and they'll exit the zone. Pinto feeds it in deep. Centering pass by Beniers. Pinto denied by Saros. Short-handed try there by the United States. Good effort by Matty Beniers. And nearly a short-handed goal for the United States. Face-off comes here in the Finland end. Controlled by Beniers, and it floats back out to the point. Kept alive by Werenski. Back to the point in Kesselring. Downstairs, Beniers can't handle, and Finland will exit. 90 seconds to go in the power play. Centering pass to Tolvanen. Shot knocked down by Swayman. Eli Tolvanen, terrified, and out in front they score! And Finland strikes first here in the semifinal. And this is the first time in this tournament Team USA has trailed. They're 8-0 coming in, and they have never trailed in a game until now. Power play goal for Finland to start. Win or go home game between the Finns and the United States. One win away from the championship. And that one goes right underneath the arm and the blocker of Jeremy Swayman. And Finland strikes first. With both teams with 3 shots on goal to start this game, Finland strikes first here against the United States. They have to play from behind for the first time in 9 games. Laurie takes it away back the other way for the United States. Clayton Keller. Keller with a center. Bobbled that in front and controlled by Finland. And they'll take it through center once again. Personet cut off on his way in. And the United States back through center. Shane Pinto pestered on his way in. Good stick by Salo. Cross ice with an errant pass taken away by the United States. Errant pass comes back to Brady Shea for the Americans, who takes over in his own end. Here's Nazar. Tied for the leading on the team in assists with 9. Looking for number 10 there, but he couldn't get the pass through. Doan with a good cutoff in front of the benches. Battle for it in neutral ice. Controlled by Finland. Out on the doorstep. Stick to side by Swayman. Nazar up ahead to Josh Doan. Centering pass intercepted by Salo. And Finland will change as they work it back in their own ends. Bjorninen. Cut off by Lacombe, who turns back for the United States. Matty Beniers now sticked on his way through. Comes over to Nazar, who takes a pop. Matty Beniers turns back into the Finland end to the outside. Lacombe fires wide of the net. Rebound off the boards. Doan back behind the net, sets it up to Lacombe. Beniers over to Shea, who can't handle it. And Finland back through center. Sent around deep. First guy to it is Lacombe for the United States. 7 minutes gone by. 1-0 Finland. Doan dangles, fires off a body. Beniers now saved. Rebound out in front, controlled by Finland. And they just flip it up and out. Good look there for the United States. Finland holds their ground. Doan centers. O'Connor fires, save. And it goes back behind the net. Matt and Paulo sticked on his way in. Thompson takes over for the United States. Let's go, Tankanator. Boyum dangles, centers, shot off a skate. Goes back outside. One-timer denied as it comes outside. Paige Thompson, the guy who let it fly. He leads the team in goals. Out in front, Doan. He fires, save, rebound, controlled by Finland. And it comes back out to center. Team USA out shooting Finland 7-4 here in this opening period, but haven't been able to find the back of the net. Trailing for the first time in this tournament. McCarron feeds it in deep. First guy to it is Gauthier. He loses it at the side of the net. Lempinen takes it away for Finland. And they'll bring it back through center. Lamiko waits for his help to come. Comes in wide. Centering pass. Swayman finds the puck. And he'll stop play with 10:44 to go in the opening period. Team Finland came to play today. There's that open look by Josh Doan. And a good save by Saros. And Jeremy Swayman on the other end with a lot of bodies in front. He is able to snare it for his stop in that one. 7-5 in terms of shot on goal in favor of Finland. Werenski outside. Here's Cooley. Cooley pestered, stays alive, centers into the slot, drops it off. Garland shot off a body. Tipped up in the air. Werenski off the pipe. And it goes out wide. Finland survives danger. Puistola centers it. Denied by Swayman. Rebound, controlled. Another stop by Swayman. Goes out wide. Kept alive by Sapala. Pindle on the boards by Cooley. Pestering now, pestering on the outside. And Finland keeps it in. Parsonet back out to the point as they play catch on the outside. One-timer he whiffed. And Will Smith will get it out. Connor Garland. Centering pass, gloved down by Saros. We're over halfway through this opening period. Still 1-0 Finland. This is a little bit different, Tankanator, just because this isn't technically an Olympic tournament. It's just like the international tournament. So there's no gold. A little bit of a different roster setup as well. But we're still going at it. 8 shots on goal for Team USA, 7 for Finland. Boyum fires, stick to side. Gauthier gets it into the corner, works it along the goal line. Out in front, denied by Saros. Yeah, they don't have an Olympic mode in this game, unfortunately. This was the closest they have with the international. Face-off controlled by the United States. Lacombe back out to Thompson, sends it inside, and it's tipped out to the corner. One-timer, Thompson denied off the blocker of Saros. Eli Tolvanen gets there for Finland. Parsonen centers, intercepted by Keller. Here's Tage Thompson, leads the team in goals with 17. Drops it off for Keller. He sends it in on net, and Saros makes another save. Tage Thompson, 17 points for Team USA in this tournament. He's second on the team in goals with 8. Shane Pinto leads the team with 9 in terms of goal score. Face-off controlled by the United States. That one goes off the glove of Saros. And Finland will bring it back out. Team USA back through center. Nazar whiffed as he tried to send it in deep. Lacombe gathers at the red line, and back in comes Shane Pinto. Pinto flips it in deep. A bobble outside, turnover to Finland. Parsonen will bring it up here for the Finns as he flips it in. First guy to it is Lacombe for the United States. Here's Matty Beniers. Drops it off to no man's land. Sund turns back here for Finland, coming in wide. Back behind the net, comes all the way through. Back out. One-timer, Salo wide of the net. Sits in the trapezoid back behind. Nazar gets knocked down. Sund back up to the point. Salo now squares up, fires up a skate out in front. Nazar picks up the loose change for the United States. And they get it out of danger. Beniers sends it in on net. Saros with an easy save. No further play with 6:45 to go in the opening period. Face-off control by the United States. Back up to the point, and Shea fires, saves, Saros. Goes back behind for Montempalo. And now Finland will bring it out again. Jorninen. Button hooks back, centering pass, a bobble in the crease, taken away by the United States. Josh Stone to the other side. McCarron flips it in around the boards. Lempinen cut off by O'Connor. Back behind. Here's McCarron. Back to O'Connor. Up top, Shane. Now Laurie squares up. Denied. Saros goes outside to the far half wall. O'Connor. Back up to the point. Laurie sends it in on net. Oh, they score! What a backhanded feed by McCarron. And Team USA has tied it at 1 here in the opening period. That one pinballed around off the pipe. And McCarron is able to backhand it home for Team USA's first goal of the night. It might have hit both pipes and ricocheted in. Let's take a look. This might be a better look at it. The backhanded try by McCarron off one pipe, off another. Pinball wizard for Michael McCarron. Tie game at 1 at the 14:21 mark in the first period. And Team USA with 16 shots on goal to start this game. Still 5.5 to go in this opening period. Battle for it in the corner. Thompson escapes back up to the point. Werenski, good block out in front. Thompson now whiffed on the shot. Still loose in the slot. Off the pipe. Hack and whack in the middle. Controlled by Finland. Team USA nearly took the lead right there. My goodness. Somehow stays out, and it's back out to neutral ice. Pistola takes a hit as he flips it in deep. Tage Thompson there for the United States. He has been a workhorse in this tournament, has Thompson. That one goes all the way through. Icing will be called. Top 5 in points for the United States. Tage Thompson, Logan Cooley, Frank Nazar, Connor Garland, and Clayton Keller. Sapala, top of the slot, brings it in, denied by Swayman. Back behind the net, floats to the far half wall, and a penalty is called on Finland for a hold. And now Team USA is going to get a power play here, as there's some discussion on the USA bench. Or is this one on Team USA? This one's on Team USA. It's on Michael Kesselring with the hold along the wall. I thought initially it was a penalty on Finland, but it will in fact be the second power play in the early going here for Finland. They scored their first goal of the game on the penalty, and now looking to take the lead back here in this opening period. Face-off control by Finland. Salo fires, save, Swayman was back behind. Off the wall, Eli Tolvanen. Cut off by Laurie. Parsonen keeps it alive, takes it in. Good stick by Swayman. Back down low, Parsonen. Out to the wing. A good stick. And a takeaway by Team USA. Doan flips it in. Good hit on the outside. Parsonen there for Finland as they work it in their own end. Another big hit behind the play. Eli Tolvanen cut off on his way through. Josh Doan flips it up and out. Just over a minute to go on this penalty here for Finland. 1-for-1 so far on the power play. Under a minute now on the man advantage here for Finland. Pustola off a stick out in front. Goes to the far corner. Team USA will clear the zone again. Doan takes a big hit, but it's back out to center. Montenpalo brings it back in. Centering pass. Morella tried to send it in, and he's surrounded by United States players as they flip it up and out. Race for the puck. Nazar pestering back behind the Finland net. One final push here on the penalty here for Finland. Morella outside. Pustola drops it off. Montenpalo denied by Swayman. 6 seconds to go on the penalty. Face-off goes down low, and the United States will kill off this penalty, so they're 1-for-2 now in the game. Back to full strength come the Americans as it goes back out to center. Bubble back to Werenski, who can't handle it. Now Beniers brings it back in, looking for his center. Beniers drops it off. Pinto let it fly, and it goes off of Saros. Back up to the point. Kesselring squares up. That one's denied by Saros. Goes back into the corner. Matty Beniers kicks it to Lacombe along the boards. Kesselring. Werenski downstairs. Pinto. He's denied by Saros. Minute 20 to go. Face-off in the Finland end, controlled by the Finns for a moment, but a takeaway by Garland. Garland takes it in, back behind the net. Out in front, denied, rebound through the crease. And Finland gains control. Dornanen cut off by Werenski. Under a minute to go in the period. Werenski bobbles, brings it in, keeps it alive. Werenski drops it off a body, goes right through the crease. Comes into the corner. Risanen turns it over to Cooley. Out in front, Garland takes it in, and he's denied the rebound off the side of the cage. Cooley keeps it alive. Smith now out in front. Denied by Finland again, and they clear the zone. This might be icing, and it will be. 15 seconds to go. Team USA on the attack. "22 shots on goal for Team USA. Gauthier couldn't handle, back behind the net. Thompson now on the wing, out in front, couldn't get a clean look, and Saros finds the puck. Five seconds to go in the period. Finland wins the faceoff, and that will a turnover here, and Thompson sends it wide of the net. That'll do it for a very hotly contested opening period of play here in the semifinal. Tied at 1 after 1 as we head to the first intermission. Pankinator, you still with us? Start of the second period, the United States and Finland tied at 1 here in the semifinal. Winner moves on to the championship game as we are back underway here to start the second. What up, Aiko? Cutter Gauthier brings it in down low for the Americans, takes it in on net. Still loose in the slot, Montenpalo can't clear. This one denied by Saros. Lepinen gets there for Finland, and they will clear the zone in the first turn. As Cutter Gauthier takes it away through center, back to Keller. He turns it over for a moment. Still loose in the slot. A shot denied by Saros. Team USA with a 15 shot on goal advantage. 25-10 in favor of the United States. Face-off controlled by the United States into the slot. A bobble. And Teravainen will clear for Finland. Here's Eli Tolvanen. Tolvanen works it in. Drops it off. Paceinen denied by Swayman. 18:52 to go in the second. Here in the semifinal. The second period in this tournament for Team USA is where they've taken over games. See if they can do it again here. Pistola sends it in on net. Swayman covers. And we'll get another face-off in the American end. Face-off controlled by Finland. Tip try out in front. Smith picks up the loose change right in front of Swayman. And the United States will clear. Cooley brings it up wide. Drops it off. Werenski denied. About to hit a skate out in front. Garland knocked to the ground. And Morello will bring it up and out. Lamico fires. Saves Swayman. Sits back in the trapezoid. Lacombe and Lamico battle for it. Amico gets free out in front, a bobble and a turnover. Here come the Americans. Cooley with a head of steam up ahead, waiting for his friends. Behind the net, Smith. Back up to the point, a bobble by Boyum, and back out of the zone. Frank Nazar back in for the Americans. Drops it off and a good stick out in front of the net. Morella back for Finland. Cuts inside. Morella brings it in wide, looking for a center. Drops it off for Salo, sends it in on net. And Lacombe is right there. Doan flips it out through center, taken away by Finland. And now Doan turns back for the Americans. Sends it in on net, denied by Saros. Comes outside, Matty Beniers centers. Shea whiffed on the shot, good stick by Parsonet. And now here comes Eli Tolvanen. Fires a shot, save, rebound, score! Parsonen on the bobble! And Finland takes a 2-1 lead here in the second. This is the most contention Team USA has had all tournament. And they trail here in the second period here against Finland in the semifinal. Assist will go to Eli Tolvanen, who gets a point on the goal by Parsonen. 2-1 Finland. With Team USA out shooting them 26-14. Here's a turnover in center as it floats back to the American end. Josh Doan tried to send it in deep. Good stick out in front. Jornanen cut off by O'Connor. Returns back for the United States. Michael McCarron sends it in behind the net. The lone goal scorer tonight for the United States is Michael McCarron. Jornanen sends it in. Tip try out in front. Good stick by Brady Shea. And he sends it up ahead. O'Connor. O'Connor stick checked on his way in by Martin Paulo. And Finland will turn back towards the American end. Sun sends it in on net. Kicked away by Swayman. And the rebound controlled by Doan into the corner. Grady Shea now there for the United States, kept in by Finland. To the other side, and Sun sends it into the crease, taken away. And here comes Shane Pinto. Pinto cuts inside, goes back out, sends it out to Doan, who fires one off a body in front. Finland back to the outside, Teravainen. Teravainen into the corner, cut off, knocked down. Laurie picks up the loose change. And he got hit behind the play, slow to get up behind. Minor advantage for Finland as this one goes off of Saros and out to Teravainen. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Teravainen cuts inside, off a body out in front. Werenski gets there for the United States. Up top, Frank Nazar. Inside, Beniers sends it inside, gets it back, bobbled in the crease, floats out wide, kept alive by Pinto, but he flips it back out to neutral ice. Nazar right back in, drops it off for Pinto, into the slot, takes it in on net, and Saros finds the puck. Thompson will face off for the United States. He wins it. Werenski lets it fly, tip try out in front. Saros with the stop. Gauthier keeps it alive. Into the slot, bobbled. Still loose, and Saros with another save. Face-off controlled by the Americans as they send it in on net. Saros with another save. 30 saves in the game for Saros on 31 shots on goal for the Americans. Morella flips it in off a skate out in front. And Tage Thompson has it through center for the Americans. Thompson to Gauthier. He gets tripped. And a penalty here for the United States. Their first power play of the night is on the way, as Salo trips Gauthier on his way in. He got tripped by a couple sticks there. Looked like both of his feet just got taken out from under him. And our first power play of the night for the United States, down by 1. Face-off control by Finland. Power play here for the United States. Finland will bring it up shorthanded, and now they flip it in. First guy to it, Matty Beniers for Team USA. Keller will start the break in. Keller waits for his friend. Centering, diving attempt denied by Saros. My goodness. Will Smith laid out in front of the net, and Saros makes an excellent stop. Look at this effort by Smith. On a pass that was a little far out in front of him, he tried to tip it in, and Saros says no. Minute 32 to go on the power play for Team USA. They win the face-off. Werenski bobbles to the outside, kept in. Gauthier on the wing, drops it off for Werenski. Shea now top of the slot, can't handle it. Good stick by Bjornen. And Finland will bring it out, feed it in deep. Just over a minute to go on the power play here for the United States. Connor Garland brings it in wide, centering pass intercepted. And Finland will clear the zone again. Werenski bobbles on his way through. To the top of the slot, taken away by Finland again. Good penalty kill here by Finland thus far. Werenski brings it in as Team USA changes. This one's intercepted. And Roma had a shot at a shorthanded attempt there, but Team USA is there in exchange. Pinto drops it off, bobbled in the crease, loose, and it goes back wide of the net. And Finland tried to flip it out, kept in by Boyum. Pindle on the boards with 6 seconds to go in the penalty. Finland on it behind their own net, and they kill off the power play. Back to full strength comes Finland. Team USA now 0 for 1 on the penalty as Swayman kicks that one aside. Out in front, Swayman. Another stop. Just about halfway through the second period now. Team USA held off the scoreboard here in the second so far. Face-off controlled by the United States. Keller brings it in wide, try to cut inside, good stick. Keller out in front, Boyum, off his skate, rebound, denied by Saros. Goes into the corner, and Finland will bring it out. Koistola fires, whiffed, and it goes out wide. Maybe a stick put on it by the Americans. Back up to the point, a bobble, comes out to center. Jailbreak opportunity, Tage Thompson jumps on it. Thompson drops it off, and denied Laurie. Doan now to the far half wall. Back up to the point, O'Connor lets it fly, tipped around out in front, and Saros finds it. 8:59 to go in the period. United States wins the faceoff. O'Connor whipped as he tried to send it in, and it goes to the corner. Finland all over it in their own end, and they'll bring it out. Here's Teravainen. Looking inside, back behind the net, comes all the way through. Parsonen out wide, turns it over to Doan, who turns back for the Americans. 3-on-2 potential here if they hurry. Doan flips it in behind. Zapala there for Finland. Off the wall to Teravainen. Waits for his friends. Cut off by Kesselring. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-1 Finland. Garland. Poke back behind the net. Pindle on the boards into the trapezoid. Will Smith there. Smith out in front. Garland. Back out to Thompson. Tip just wide. And it goes to Parsonen in the corner. Pindle on the boards by Smith. Kesselring over to help out, but Finland will bring it out. Zapala will bring it in. Feeds it in deep. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the second period. 1-goal Finland lead. This is the most competition Team USA has had all tournament long. First time against a team where they've trailed, and they've trailed twice in this game. Pessonen out in front, short-sighted Teravainen, denied by Swayman. Finland brings it in, drops it off, bobble into the slot, kicked away by Swayman. And Brady Shane jumps on it for the Americans. Here's Shane Pinto. Pinto drops it off, Beniers with a bobble. Floats out to the goal line. Out in front, Nisa denied. Rebound goes out wide to the near half wall. Sund is there for Finland, and they get it out again. Pessonen flips it in around the boards. Brady Shea there for the Americans. Shane Pinto brings it up, pestered on his way through. Team USA just cannot keep offensive possessions alive. They're out shooting Finland 37-19, but Saros has done an incredible job in between the pipes through the first half plus of this game. Pinto up ahead. Clayton Keller can't handle it at the blue line. And Finland turns back. Drops it off. Shea bobbles. Keller takes it away for the Americans. Under 5 minutes to go. Keller to the other side. Offsides. Tage Thompson. Face-off controlled by Finland. Cut off by Tage Thompson. Cutter Gauthier up top. Drops it off for Keller. Back to Thompson. Takes it in, and a good stick out in front. Thompson gets his own miss back. Sends it in on front. Good stop by Saros. And Finland will get it out again. Back out to neutralize a bobble. Kept alive by the Americans. Lacombe back in. He tried to send it in on net. Good cut off again by Finland. And back out to center it comes. Under 4 minutes to go in the period as Finland sends it in deep. Smith up ahead. Logan Cooley goes wide. Cooley squares up. Denied. Saros couldn't get the catch on the glove side, but it deflects off and wide. And Finland will bring it out again. 39-19 in favor of Team USA in goals, or excuse me, shots on goal. They still trail. McCarron tries to send it in. Loose puck. Controlled by Finland. And they get it out again. Under 3 minutes to go in the period. McCarron back in. Drops it off to nobody. Kept in by Werenski. Inside. McCarron denied by Saros. Parsonen flips it in behind his own net. 40 shots on goal for Team USA now. Parsonen brings it in. Centering pass, good stick by Werenski. Here comes Kesselring for the United States. Kesselring centers. McCarron stopped by Saros. Saros in between the pipes has been excellent for Finland through the first two periods. 2:02 to go. 1 goal game. Face-off controlled by the United States. Werenski tipped just wide of the net. Kept alive by Werenski. Tried to feed it in back behind to the point, and Doan sends it in. Saros gloves it down. Minute 43 to go in the period. There's that shot from outside that just deflected wide by Zach Werenski. 83 miles an hour on that shot. Just wide. That might have hit the pipe. Tage Thompson will face off against Lemiko. Lemiko wins the face-off for Team Finland. Quistola brings it up. Pestered on his way through. And Werenski turns back for the United States. Here's Michael McCarron who sends it on the net. Sticked away by Saros. Kept alive by Doan. Back up top. Laurie cuts inside. Denied. Rebound. Goes through. And Lemiko brings it out for Finland. Ruoma. Parsonen sends it in on net. Swayman swats it away. Under a minute to go in the period. 1 goal Finland lead. Just 1 goal in the game belongs to Michael McCarron. Gauthier denied. Rebound controlled by Montenpalo. Circles to the near half wall. Gauthier keeps it alive. Back behind the net. Back out to Shea who fires. Glumped down again by Saros. 21 seconds to go in the period. Face-off control by the United States. Lacombe denied, and Saros sprawls on it. 16 seconds to go, and Team USA 26 more shots on goal than Finland, and yet they trail. Saros has been a brick wall. United States keeps it alive in the zone. Lacombe, good block out in front. Kept alive by Lacombe. Top of the slot, they battle for it. Pinto, score! What an effort by Shane Pinto! And Team USA ties it late in the second period. Tied at 2 here in the semifinal. What a bullet by Shane Pinto, who keeps it alive. His 13th goal of the tournament. And he gets that one past Saros, ties us at 2 as we head towards the third period. 5 seconds to go in the second. 10th goal, for Shane Pinto in the tournament. Riisanen cut off in center, and that will wind the clock out. Team USA ties it late in the period. We've got a game. Team USA's not used to it being this close, but we've got fun action as we head to the third period. Start of the third period, and we have a nail-biter. 20 minutes of regulation play. Tied at 2, Team Finland, Team USA. A trip to the championship game on the line. Floats back out to center, and Team USA escapes. Tage Thompson brings it in, and Saros denies, and Thompson couldn't even get a shot off. That has been the tournament for Tage Thompson as we take a look at Jeremy Swayman, who's made some excellent stops in this game, keeping Team USA alive. For a breakaway chance there for Tage Thompson, never even got a shot off. He leads the team in points, tied for first in assists, and he was looking for his 9th goal of this tournament for the big rig, Tage Thompson, who's been a wrecking ball for Team USA through the first 8 games plus of this tournament. Eli Tolvanen with a bobble. Montempallo now parsing it. Inside pass, never got through. Tolvanen back out. Montempallo snared by Swayman. Not even a minute has gone by here in this third, and we've already gotten a few shots on net here on both ends of the ice. Take a look at Saros. Excellent saves tonight. He has been attacked early and often by Team USA, and he has held his ground very well with the amount of shots on goal Team USA has thrown his way. Just 2 goals tonight for Team USA, the latest by Shane Pinto, who tied it in the final seconds of that second period. Face off, controlled by Finland, right in, and Swayman denies Tolvanen. Back up to the point, taken away by Cutter Gauthier. Here he comes. Gauthier denied by Saros. The rebound. Oh, denied again by Saros. What a play by the Finland goaltender. Keeps it tied at 2. Keller now brings it in. Denied again by Saros, and they get it out of the zone. My goodness. Haravainen centering. Tolvanen denied on this end by Swayman. Kept in. Into the slot, taken away by Werenski. Both of these goaltenders playing their hearts out. Pinto stays on side. Drops it back off to no man's land. And it comes all the way through. We can catch our breath for a moment here in the first couple minutes of this third period. Thompson centers, Cooley out, Garland. Now Lacombe with it, fires, save, rebound, goes back behind the net. Thompson couldn't get a clean shot off. And Salo will exit the zone here for Finland. Pestered by Garland on his way through center. Garland to the slot, bobbled through the crease, and it comes out wide. Lamiko there here for Finland. Kept alive by the United States. Lacombe at the point, fires, save, Saros. A bullet by Lacombe from up top. And another save for Saros. Here was that break-in chance by Thompson, never even got a shot off. And then Cutter Gauthier, who did get a shot off, just denied right out in front. Saros has been excellent in this game. Tied at 2. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. Face-off controlled by the United States. Into the slot, denied. Saros goes wide. And Finland will get it out, or at least attempt to. Kept in by Smith. Cooley now couldn't get a clean shot off. Saros kicks it away. Back behind the net, Finland looks to get it out, and they will this time. Morella drops it off, working it back short-sided up the side of the cage. And it floats all the way back out, resulting in an offside. Face off in center. Team USA with a 30 shot on goal advantage, 53-23. Benier settles down. Pinto denied. Saros again. Face-off control by Finland on their own side. Urholtz through center. Drops it to the outside, and Sun sends it right through the crease. Quickly up ahead, Matty Beniers. Beniers comes in wide, cut off into the corner. Keeps it alive. Brady Shea inside, intercepted by Personip. And here comes Finland. Urholtz outside, Montempallo. Cut off on his way in, drops it off to the point. Tip try out in front, and Swayman has no problem. Face-off controlled by the United States. O'Connor will bring it in. Drops it off for McCarron. Now to Shea. He tries to send it into the slot. Couldn't get a clean look. And it floats all the way back to the American end. Icing the call. 14:52 to go here in the third. Tied at 2. Winner goes on to the championship game here in the semifinal. Face-off controlled by the United States. Kesselring denied. Rebound saved by Saros. Kept alive by O'Connor. Another stop by Saros as it squirts to the corner. Josh Doan pinned along the boards. Can't handle it. Turns it over O'Connor. Back out to the point, and Kesselring fires off a skate. And Finland will escape danger. Head in deep to the American end. Kesselring back behind his own net. 57 shots on goal for the United States, 24 for Finland. McCarron can't handle it as he tried to take it into the slot. And here comes Lemico. Outside Pistola, sends it off a skate out in front. Battle for it along the far half wall. Kesselring escapes with the loose change. Werenski up ahead to Michael McCarron. McCarron pestered to the far half wall. Button hooks back. McCarron takes it in, bobbles on his way through, and Finland can't get it out. O'Connor fires, save by Saros. Boyum now, back up to the point. Lacombe denied off the blocker of Saros. And Finland will get it out. Pistola now up ahead, here for Finland. Tried to center it, good cutoff by Lacombe. As it works into the trapezoid, good play by Lacombe defensively. Here's Boyum. Boyum into the slot. Bobble. Loose puck available. And it floats out wide, controlled by Finland. Urholtz will bring it out here for the Finns. Urholtz cut off on his way in. Keeps it alive. Centering pass. On net. Urholtz denied off the side. Marella now back outside Lemico. What a chance there for Team Finland. And now they try to keep it into the zone. But they can't. As Nazar now has it for Team USA, nearly turned it over. And they finally exit. Clayton Keller. Pestered out wide. Keller back behind the net. Nazar back to Keller. Out in front right through the crease. Montempallo now for Finland gets it up and out. Urholtz feeds it in deep. Boyum first guy to it for the Americans. What a game this has been. 2-2 our score. Approaching the halfway point of the third. Here's Garland. Fires. Tipped around, and Saros somehow finds the puck before it goes into the back of the cage. Saros has been an absolute machine in this game, and it just continues. .48 to go in the third. Tied at 2 here in the semifinal. Face-off controlled by the Americans. Brady Shea bobbles. Turns it over. 2-on-1 potential. Ellie Tolvanen. Good. Cut off by Brady Shea. Cooley cross-ice pass. Tolvanen with the intercept. And now Brady Shea with the intercept for the United States. Finland working in a neutral ice now in with Teravainen. Top of the slot off a skate out in front. That was a stinger. Kept in by Risanen. Sapala now squares up. That one goes wide of the net. Over halfway through this third period now. Tied at 2. Team Finland, Team USA. Smith off a skate. Garland keeps it alive. Behind the back pass goes all the way through to Cooley. Laurie at the point. Werenski one-time try denied by Saros again. 60 shots on goal for Team USA, and only 2 of them have gotten past Saros. Face-off controlled by Team USA. Gauthier sends it in on net. And another stop by Saros. Face-off controlled by Finland. Teravainen brings it in wide, centering to the outside. Inside of the crease, bobbled and taken away by Thompson. The big ring. Up ahead, Thompson circles the net. Back out to the point. Kesselring off a body out in front. Circles around, kept alive for a moment. Now they get it out. Parsonen sends it in around. He gets knocked down. No whistle. We play on. Kesselring feeds it up and they get it out. Cutter Gauthier cuts inside. Good cut off by Salo. Oksanen takes a hit behind the play by Gauthier. Sund flips it up around. Under 8 minutes to go here in regulation, tied at 2. Back out to neutral ice. Oksanen cut off on his way in. Kesselring with the puck for Team USA. Pinned along the boards. Looks into the trapezoid back behind the U.S. net. Werenski now battles for it along the boards. Back out to the far half wall. Loose puck out in front, controlled by the Americans, and they just flip it out of harm's way, icing the call. We'll get a face-off here in the American end. 7:03 to go here in the third. Face-off controlled by Team USA. Michael McCarron. Brings it in, drops it off. Kesselring now down low. Back up top. Werenski whiffed. Back out to Thompson. Blocked out in front. Score! Michael McCarron and Team USA jumps in front. 3-2 here in the third period. Second goal of the game for Michael McCarron. And Team USA takes a 3-2 lead. Saros just found himself too far out off the goal line. And it's 3-2. Team USA has scored the latest 2 goals of this game. It was 2-1 with 5 seconds to go in the second. Now 3-2 USA, 6.5 to go. Boya outside, Pinto. A helmet flew off. Matty Beniers lost his helmet. He skates quickly to the bench. And a shot on net. Swayman swats it away. Cutter Gauthier here for the United States. Gauthier brings it in wide, waits for his friends. Lacombe whiffed on the shot, and it comes back out to center. Nazar back in for the Americans. Centering pass denied in the air and controlled by Finland. Morella up here for the fans. Morella with a shot denied by Swayman. 5:15 to go, regulation time. Definitely the heaviest contested game Team USA has played in this tournament by far. 1 goal game here in the third. Face off right on net. Knocked away by Swayman. And Team USA will exit the zone. Connor Garland brings it in, centering pass right on the doorstep, denied by Saros, goes back behind. Riisanen there here for Finland, and they work it back in their own end. Here's a turnover. Smith, denied by Saros. 4:41 to go in the third. Face off in the Finland end, under 5 minutes to go. Controlled by Finland. Pustola. Centering pass. Morella. Shot denied by Swayman again. 4:25 to go. What a game this has turned out to be. 1 goal United States lead. A trip to the championship hangs in the balance between these two teams. Controlled by Finland. Racing it, off a body out in front. Doan clears the zone. Battle for it in front of the Finland bench. O'Connor takes it away at the red line. Doan back in, now McCarron looking for the hat trick, denied by Saros. 3:56 to go in the third. Coming down to the wire here in the semifinal. Face off, controlled by Finland. A turnover, a shot denied by Saros. Now is McCarron going for the hat trick again. Hovinen feeds it to the other side. Risanen, he's cut off. Josh Doan there for the United States. Kicked along the boards, kept alive by Loring. McCarron inside. A little too far on that pass attempt. Just over 3 minutes to go here in regulation. 3-2 USA. Teravainen sends it in deep for Finland. 3 minutes to play. Team USA with the puck. McCarron takes the hit. Here's O'Connor. 2-on-2. O'Connor drops it off. At least attempted to. Now out in front. Shea denied by Saros. Stays in play. O'Connor keeps it alive. Out in front. Back up to the blue line. Shea keeps it alive. Loring. Down low. Smith. Back up top. Garland cuts inside. Couldn't get a clean shot up. Good luck. And now Pessinen on the other end. Bobbled on his way through. Garland escapes the zone. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Smith whiffed. And Pustola turns back here for Finland. Team USA back quickly. Pustola feeds it in along the boards. Lacombe there for the United States. Will Smith up ahead for the USA. Smith pestered on his way in. Beniers keeps it alive. Drops it off for Garland. Back into the slot. Loose puck. Available. Score! Matty Beniers, the dagger here in the third period. And Team USA might take that one to the championship. Just hack and whack in the middle. Matty Beniers finds an open look, gets it past Saros. And it's a 2-goal lead for the Americans late in this one. And look at the bench. The reaction for the goal scored by Matty Beniers. 2-goal lead for the Americans. And they are a game away from taking on Sweden in the championship. Just the third goal of the tournament for Beniers. He is top 5 in assists with 7 coming into play today. Gauthier out in front. Keller shot denied by Saros. Gauthier back behind the net, tried to feed it in. Out in front, Finland takes over with a minute to go. Another turnover. Gauthier cuts inside, drops it off. Thompson denied, and the rebound controlled by Salo. And it comes all the way back down, icing the call with 49 seconds left. And a USA heavy crowd ready to explode as their team 49 seconds away from going undefeated still, going to 9-0 and playing in the championship game. Finland will bring it up. And now it drops back into their end. They have not had a chance to pull Saros yet. Team USA has been on the attack. Now they're going to pull him. Empty net for Finland. Shot denied by Swayman. Extra skater in here for Finland. No goaltender. Back behind. Werenski gets there for the United States. Cutter Gauthier circles back in their own end. Hesselring cut off. Finland desperately trying to keep it in the zone. They can't. Gauthier brings it up. Fire. Bullseye! Cutter Gauthier. The empty net goal. And Team USA is moving on to the championship. What an effort by Finland. Definitely the most competitive game Team USA has played in this tournament. But they take over here late in the third period as the final seconds wind down. Matty Beniers, a shot denied by Saros with 8 seconds left. 73 shots on goal for Team USA is the difference. Compared to the 28 for Finland, Saros did an excellent job, but that's just too many shots. Didn't get enough help on the offensive end. And that is going to do it. Team USA is moving on to the final with a date with Sweden coming up next. And Team USA is one win away from the championship. And the tournament comes to a close for Team Finland. Jeremy Swayman once again, excellent in between the pipes. And what an effort by Saros on the other end, just not enough to get it done for the Finns. Team USA moving on to the final. They're taking on Sweden in the championship game. It was a battle. It took Team USA well deep into the third period to take the lead. And then they didn't look back from there, winning it by 3. Matty Beniers with the dagger, making it a 2-goal game late. And then the empty netter by Cutter Gauthier finished it off. 5-2 the final score. Team USA on to the championship.